Hello, welcome back to Movie Clip Mania. Today we are going to review the American psychological thriller, Us. Like and subscribe if you enjoy our channel. A youthful Adelaide, Madison Curry, goes to the ocean side out traveling with her folks Rain and Russell, Anna Diop and Yahya Abdul-Mateen too. After Russell wins Adelaide a Michael Jackson thrill ride shirt at a sideshow attraction and plays whack-a-mole, Adelaide strays and experiences a vagrant with a Jeremiah 11:11 bullet and afterward strolls into a close-by funhouse. Inside, she's alarmed by the mirrors and energy of the spot and at last encounters a precise doppelganger. The occurrence alarms her. Some time later, Adelaide is declining to talk as her folks stress over her. The specialist advises them to make Adelaide recount to her story through the type of anything, perusing, composing, or dance. In the current day, a grown-up Adelaide Wilson, Lupita Nyong'o, goes on an ocean-side outing with her better half Gabe, Winston Duke, and their two youngsters 12-year-old Zora, Shahidi Wright Joseph, and 10-year-old Jason, Evan Alex. While the family eats at their oceanside house, we figure out a few things. One is that the oceanside excursion was to assist the kids with adapting to the demise of their grandma, and the other is that Adelaide seems to in any case be frightened by going to the oceanside due to what occurred previously and won't go. After some influence, in any case, she hesitantly consents to join her family to go to the ocean side. On the way, the family sees a man being brought into an emergency vehicle. It is the very vagrant that Adelaide experienced quite a while back with the Jeremiah 11:11 bulletin. At the ocean side, the Wilson family meets their companion the Tylers, including Kitty, Elizabeth Greenery, Josh, Tim Heidecker, and their twin adolescent little girls Gwen and Maggie, Callie and Noelle Sheldon. While the children are all at the ocean side, Kitty and Adelaide discuss Adelaide's calm nature and her past as a youthful ballet artist. Jason before long strays all alone and finds a man with his arms loosened up dribbling with blood. Adelaide sees her child missing and overreacting, in the long run tracks down Jason and concludes that it's the ideal opportunity for the family to return to the house. Sometime thereafter, after the family settles down, Adelaide fills Gabe in regarding her young life injury and stresses that new occasions imply that her doppelganger is coming to get her. Gabe tells her not to stress. Also, in a split second, the power goes off. As Gabe is going to run the reinforcement generator, Jason cautions the family that there's a family in their carport. Adelaide rapidly calls 911 while Gabe endeavors to drive the family away. Ultimately, the family starts going into the Wilsons' home, and one of the figures hits Gabe with a slugging stick while every other person corners them in the front room. Inside the parlor, the Wilsons get a superior gander at the family. Furthermore, it is all doppelgangers of themselves. Every one of them wearing red jumpsuits and employing some scissors. Adelaide's doppelganger tells them of an account of a princess and her shadow in their relationship, prior to constraining Adelaide to bind herself to the table. She then, at that point, makes Zora take off from the house with her doppelganger close behind, makes Jason join us to play, and as Gabe's drag him off to a boat. Note, for the good of any kind of future family, despite the fact that their names are never unequivocally utilized, the doppelgangers are alluded to by their names in the end credits. Adelaide's is Red, Gabe's is Abraham, Jason's is Pluto, and Zora's is Umbri. Starting here on, we experience the family managing their pairs in more than one way. Subsequent to taking off, Zora believes she's beaten her doppelganger Umbri. Just for her to show up on the highest point of a vehicle. A neighbor recognizes the disturbance and stands up to them. Yet, Umbri murders him with her scissors while Zora get away. Abraham hauls an oblivious Gabe the entire way to the family's boat and afterward puts him inside a sack. Gabe in the long run stirs and effectively tosses Abraham over the edge. Later on, in any case, the boat motor fizzles, and Gabe falls in the water. He at last advances back to the boat. Just for Abraham to arise and get him. After a battle, Gabe figures out how to turn on the boat's motor in time, totally killing Abraham. Back at the house, Jason drives Pluto inside a wardrobe, a notification that he reflects his activities all the while. He removes his cover and observes that the lower half of Pluto's face is singed off. Jason dazzles him with an enchanted stunt. However, when Pluto requests that he get the job done once more, he effectively traps him in the storeroom and breaks. In the meantime, Red keeps Adelaide prisoner in the parlor and starts attempting to hammer her face against the glass table. However, the disturbance brought about by Jason's break drives her away. In a frenzy, Adelaide figures out how to get the chimney poker, obliterates the leg of the table, and get Jason. They are both rejoined with Zora and Gabe, and the Wilsons figure out how to get away from on the boat with Red and Pluto watching them. At the Tylers, Kitty thinks she sees something outside. Josh imagines that he sees it, just to uncover that he's simply playing with her. The twins then emerge from their rooms and talk, and the subsequent they believe that everything is alright. A set of doppelgangers wearing red jumpsuits, like the Wilsons, all arise and kill the entire family. At the point when the Wilsons show up searching for help, Kitty's twofold hauls Adelaide into the house while Gabe endeavors to divert Josh's twofold. After a battle, the Wilsons figure out how to kill the Tylers all's doppelgangers and rejoin inside the house. The Wilsons turn on the television and determine from unhinged news reports that the red-clad duplicates have been mysteriously showing up and killing individuals everywhere, and have consolidated to clasp hands, like hands across America. Gabe needs to take asylum in the house, yet Adelaide says they need to continue to move and get away. The family chooses to take the Tylers' vehicle, however when Adelaide searches for the key, and as yet living Kitty's doppelganger goes after her. She figures out how to kill her, yet when the family gets to the vehicle, Umbry shows up. After a pursuit succession, they figure out how to kill Umbry when they accelerate and unexpectedly stop the vehicle, making her fly into a tree. It is currently morning, and the Wilsons get to the footpath. At the promenade, they see their unique vehicle igniting with Pluto remaining in front. Adelaide chooses to get out and stroll to him. Furthermore, before long understands that it's a snare. Jason moves quickly and makes Pluto walk in reverse into the consuming vehicle, and similarly as the family thoroughly considers it, Red snatches Jason. Adelaide pursues them, while Zora and Gabe see that the ocean side is presently brimming with red-clad doppelgangers holding hands. Adelaide advances back to the tomfoolery house and goes right down into an underground passage with hairs wandering indiscriminately. She tracks down Red inside one of the many rooms, and Red makes sense of her arrangement. Red says that this time, the underground office, probably a piece of the element of misery, has been loaded up with everybody's doppelgangers, and this moment it is their opportunity to be on a superficial level. She says that she has forever been a piece of Adelaide, and when she was a ballet artist as a youngster, it drove her out of the passages and into the tomfoolery house where they met. It required her a long investment, yet an arrangement was made with everybody in the passage which was presently being executed. After a battle, Adelaide figures out how to overwhelm Red and kills her by piercing her to the chimney poker and gets Jason back. The family reunites and drives away. Everything is great, and everybody looks eased until a speedy flashback shows that when Red met Adelaide in the tomfoolery house such an extremely long time prior, she took her out, took her thrill ride shirt, and headed out into this present reality. The Adelaide we've been looking for the entire film is really the doppelganger, and Red was essentially the genuine Adelaide pursuing her retribution. This likewise makes sense of why Red is the only one of the duplicates to have substantial discourse while the wide range of various doppelgangers in the film have throaty, carnal sounds. Jason seems to understand reality, and puts his veil on precariously. The film closes with a zoom out showing every one of the red doppelgangers around the US consolidated, clasping hands, like hands across America, with news and police helicopters looking over them from a higher place. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.